Alright, so while we're waiting on that bit drying, what we can do is we can go on to the Bal Red. This Bal Red GW wash. What we want to do is, again, we want to quite liberally take some of this stuff and we want to go into all the wounds on him. So I'll get a little bit closer so you can see. So the back of his head here, we're getting a little bit out of focus here, there we go. The back of his head here, we want to just kind of fill that in with Bal Red wash, and that looks quite disgusting. It's awesome, right? So we want to put every little bit, we're just kind of dropping it in, letting it pool in all the wounds, especially the little ones, because those are the ones that are going to look really good when it's all dry. You know, the little bits on his head. It doesn't matter if you spread it onto his face a little, because that will just make it look really sore, with this sort of rash covering it. If it kind of, well, there's I filled that in a little bit much, and I've got it's kind of blobbing up, so I just give it a touch with my finger, and we're good to go. So now the stomach, I want to just kind of see how I'm just kind of letting it pool in there, and then we go for all these bits. And the knee here has got a big, nice exposed knee, so we want to fill that in as well. And a couple of bits up here. And there we go. Okay, so with that almost dry, that's you pretty much got your finished zombie. Now that didn't take me long at all. Like I say, the longest time is the drying process, which is why it's starting to get dark. But you know, you do this, stick a film on. In between drying times, you get up and do something with little to no effort, and you can end up with something like this. And believe me, I'll see if I can find a photograph of my finished zombies, 40 of them with a corpse cart painted in a very, very similar way. I'll get a picture of those up, and they look fantastic all together, and this is just so basic. Now for the last thing I'm going to show you, this isn't quite dry yet, but I'll show you before it gets too dark, is real blood. Now these little things with the Bal Red, that looks fine if it looks like a bit of flesh has been torn off and it's showing some of the dead muscle underneath. There's not going to be much blood pouring out of that. If you want a slightly fresher look to your zombies, or you want them to be covered in blood if they've been biting things and scratching things, then this is the way to do it. Now, what I'm going to use here is this magical stuff. This is Tamiya Clear Red. It's an acrylic paint, but it dries glossy. It's almost like a lacquer. It's also, I believe, alcohol based, so it smells kind of bad. But you know, we'll live with that. So what we'll do is I'll grab my brush over here. I'll get my wee plate here that I'm using for my palette. Now, when you put it straight onto the palette, you'll see that it's already quite blood-like. The only problem with it is it's really quite scarlet colour. It's a really bright colour, and blood is not scarlet. So what I do is I grab, so with a little bit of it there, I grab a little bit of Leviathan Purple and Badab Black washes, and add 1 part of each for every 2 parts Tamiya Clear. So two or three brushfuls of Tamiya Clear is water based, so you're fine. With 1 part Leviathan Purple and 1 part Barra Black. And if I close these off, you can see now that it's almost black. This looks more like blood. When it all kind of mixes in together, you can see it kind of congealing. It's very, very gnarly. It's actually a little bit too dark, so what I'll do is I'll just grab a little bit more of this Tamiya Clear Red, mix it in, and there we go. Use an old brush for this, folks. It is kind of nasty stuff. You don't want to get this on clothes either. It has phenomenal staying power. Okay, so what we're going to do with our Tamiya Clear Mix, we'll go back to our zombie, and I'm just going to grab a bit of it. And this hand that he's got up that he's about to swipe somebody with, well, he swiped somebody with that before, so I'm just going to throw it on and just kind of blend it down a little bit down his arm. Just kind of touching it on and blend it down his arm, just getting gently as I'm going down. And already that hand will stay that glossy. Just nice big balls of it on the end of his fingers. Might want some coming out of his mouth. Maybe if he's been biting somebody. Just a little touch of his mouth there. And I don't know about you, but this stomach here is just crying out for some Tamiya Clear blood. So I'm going to soak it. You want to be quite liberal with it, because when it pools it's much darker, and that's what blood does. We can even have that dribbling down a little bit onto his clothing. Just little touches. It's on his face, I've got some on his hand. Don't overdo it. It is really easy just to go mental with this stuff because it's so much fun. See, even that knee there, that knee is tempting me. I'm just going to fill it in. Yeah, got a little bit on his clothes, but it doesn't matter, blood is messy. So, there we go, we have one kind of threatening, kind of disgusting looking zombie. That's great. In no time at all you can achieve this effect. See, it's looking really good. And when they're, like I say, when they're all together, they look fantastic. These are Mantic zombies for the Kings of War range, but they're ideal for Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition, especially with the Horde rule. You want to get 40 of these guys in a unit. Recent tournament over here, guy had a 120 man unit of zombies. That is a tar pit for you. And with this technique, you can have 120 great looking zombies without the daunting prospect of, oh my god, I've got a 120 man unit to paint. So that's pretty much it, folks. Of course you can base them however you like. You can even use polyfiller like in my Flames of War tutorial. But this is the basic technique. It's very easy to do. And there we go. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Kaz from Kingdom of Adventure. Check out my other videos if you play Flames of War. You want to check out my other videos, and I'm going to have a lot more videos coming soon. I know I said that the last time, but I will eventually get around to these things. I want to be. I've got a few ideas for the future that may help, and I want to get some a little bit more advanced techniques coming in. As well. If you have any suggestions, if you have any requests, just send me a wee comment. I read all my comments, or see me on Facebook, or send me an email at kaz@kingdomadventure.co.uk. Don't forget to check out the shop website as well, which is www.kingdomofadventure.co.uk. So thanks very much, and thanks for watching.